like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Mermaid tales have enchanted generations, but we occasionally wonder if these magnificent creatures are real or not. So, if you've been skeptical about the existence of mermaids for years, then here are some clips that will astound you. Mexico's mermaids. A man swimming in the caves of Cancun, Mexico, came face to face with a real mermaid. The man dives into the crystal clear waters of Mexico's famous Cenote Caves to begin the video. Among a large group of diving tourists, he was the one carrying a camera. When he observed a passing mermaid while underwater shooting a cave system, he stopped. Because it was dark beneath the water with some rays of light coming from above, the lens caught the silhouette of this mythical creature. But it was a mermaid. This is undeniably correct, and this video has quickly risen to prominence as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the existence of mermaids. Kiryat Yam, mermaid. Mermaid fever spread through the Israeli town of Kiryat, where a young mermaid appeared at dusk, often doing tricks for locals and visitors alike. Residents claimed to have seen an entity that was a part young lady and part fish, with the first witness claiming to have seen the mermaid, that she was sunbathing, and that as he and his pals approached her, she leaped from the sand and vanished into the waters. They were all surprised to see that the sunbathing woman had no legs, and instead had a tail. Mermaid of Zimbabwe. In 2012, a dam was being built in Zimbabwe by local employees, and everything seemed normal until a mermaid appeared and began harassing the workers. These specific mermaids were known as Mamba Mundo. Once they arrived, the workers fled because, according to Zimbabwean legend, the Mamba Mun, too, are a bad omen, and you don't mess with them. So, what did the country do? Well, a local council hired some non-locals to finish the work. In their minds, this was a case of superstition leading to the illogical conclusion. Foreigners wouldn't have that, so the new workers fled as well, claiming that the mermaid was present and that she was very angry. So what do you think? Was it a mermaid or something else? South Africa's legendary mermaid. A group of friends were going to South Africa on a camping trip, and they set up camp near a river. One day, when they heard noises from the river that didn't make sense for fish or other aquatic animals in the river, they went to investigate and eventually saw a woman there. But something was off about this woman, as her skin seemed to glow, and when she turned around to face the group, her eyes were red, like all red, and it was also noted that she gave a sorrowful cry when spotted. After a while, the mermaid went back into the water, and it hasn't been seen since. Mermaid spotted in Spain. This was captured in Spain in 2013, while some German tourists were on a boat in Majorca. We can clearly see that it's a mermaid. The truth is that everything is very strange, and there have been rumors that it could have been an edited video, but I also have to say that there are people who believe it's real. Let's take a look. Does this look like a fake or real thing to you? New Zealand's mermaid. The most recent event occurred in New Zealand in 2014, when a group of fishermen was doing their jobs when they came across a skeleton. Admittedly concerned, they went to deliver the body, believing they had discovered the victim of a crime. However, as they looked closer at the skeleton, something didn't add up, because while parts of it looked human, the rest didn't. The South Island, where the skeleton was discovered, was awash with news and speculation about what had been discovered. Some speculated that the skeleton resembled that of a mermaid, but without seeing the corpse in its prime form, all they could do was speculate. When the authorities couldn't solve the riddle, the University of Auckland was called in to aid. They're still trying to figure out what it could be. Panny's story. The mermaid Panny dwelt in the sea off the coast in New Zealand's North Island, according to one of the multiple versions of old Maori folklore. According to mythology, Miramar, in the shape of a shark or stingray, now guards the sea and the reef. On June 10, 1954, the mermaid statue was unveiled on Napier's Marine Parade. It stands 5 feet tall and is constructed of bronze. The Italian marble company of Carrara in Italy was commissioned by members of Napier's 30,000 to produce the statue. The Ben Bacola Mermaid's Strange Story. Scotland is known for many mythical creatures, but it also has one of the most interesting mermaid tales. In 1830, the town of Ben Bacola was relaxing on a nearby beach when a woman noticed something in the water. Actually, it was a miniature woman, which is why Scots believe they are the size of mermaids. The woman called her townspeople, who attempted to capture the mermaid, but were unable, despite the fact that some boys were able to throw stones at it, and some of them struck. A few days later, the mermaid washed up on shore dead, with a scaleless fish tail. Mermaid trapped in a fishing line. A large fish was captured in the net of some anglers, which they could feel by its movement and weight. They pulled the net from the water, fully oblivious to the fact that they had caught a mermaid rather than a fish. The creature imprisoned in the net began to try to release itself as soon as the net was placed in the boat. The creature tries to attack one of the guys during the struggle, and the camera records its webbed hand, which is similar to that of many semi-aquatic species. Because the video quality is low and the camera is hazy, there isn't much to view. But it's enough to prove that the mermaid caught by the fisherman was truly a mermaid. Australian mermaid. This mermaid moment was taken many feet beneath the surface, and in an unknowing spectator would merely enjoy the soothing sound of water and the fascinating marine life beneath the surface at the start of the clip. Nobody anticipates a mermaid appearing out of nowhere and then disappearing in the blink of an eye. If you ask me, that thing swims too fast to be a human dressed in a tail costume. To swim this fast in those tails, a human would have to use his arms, and they wouldn't be able to swim this fast if they didn't use their arms. In my perspective, the clip looks more real than fake. How do you feel about it? Millions of people have watched the movie on the internet, establishing its authenticity. Drone footage of a mermaid. What came to mind when you first saw this video? Isn't that a dolphin swarm? Until they take a closer look, everyone believes it. Most animals on the planet gather together to defend themselves and keep predators at bay, and that is exactly what these creatures, dolphins or whatever term you want to call them, are doing here. A drone captured this footage near Dana Point, California. It surprised the entire world when it was originally uploaded to YouTube. People began to discuss it after it gained millions of views, arguing that it was solid evidence for the existence of mermaids. At first glance, the creatures appear to be dolphins, but their splashing and water movement indicate that they have human-like arms. At first glance, it's difficult to determine whether the photos are of dolphins or mermaids, but when you look closer, everything becomes evident. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. This mermaid was discovered somewhere in the United States, but the particular location is unknown. After a video of a beautiful mermaid washing up dead on the shore went viral, the authorities came in and took it away. It is maintained at the University of Marine Biology, and no one has been able to determine if it was real or just a prop. I'm leaving it on you guys. Paddleboarder and mermaid. This video was taken during an incident in which a paddleboarder named Number was having fun surfing the waves with his friend. When a tail emerged out of the water, he turned the board, forcing the boarder to fall into the water. It was a mermaid's tail, and it belonged to a real sea mermaid. We obtained a videotape of a real mermaid since his friend had a camera with him and was documenting everything. What are your opinions on the matter? Thank you very much for watching the video.